Welcome to Midlife Mindfulness with Melissa. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here today. And I'm not dressed like I normally do for my yoga classes, but this is how I would normally dress in a regular work day. I work in a business casual environment, and this class is designed to be realistic. And if you're working at your desk, you're probably dressed something like this. You have your chair, you have a limited amount of time, you don't have your mat, you don't have time to change, but you can still reap the benefits of a yoga practice. And I'm looking forward to doing that with you today. So let's get to it. The important thing, really the only thing that you need in terms of equipment, is a stable chair. Check, doesn't have to be fancy. And it has to be at a height where your legs are at 90 degrees and you feel nice and stable. Make sure that your knees are over top of your heels. Let's drop into the moment because we're here for a brief period of time together, and I want you to get as much out of this as you possibly can. This is for you. Let's enjoy it. So let's settle into the moment. Making sure our sitting bones are firmly in contact with the chair, our feet are on the ground. I'm going to close my eyes because I love to close my eyes at the beginning. And drop into the moment. We'll take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Helps to relieve stress. Inhaling calm. Exhaling stress. Inhale the moment. Exhale distractions. Good stuff. Now, let's focus on the parts of the body that are often affected by working at a desk, hunching over the desk, working at a computer, the upper back, neck, and shoulders. So we're going to start very simply. We'll tilt the right ear to the right shoulder. You can leave your hands on your thighs, or if you want a little bit more, you can drop your left arm down, fingertips to the ground. Breathe into the stretch in your left side of your neck. And center, other side, left ear to shoulder. Ooh, I feel that. This is really good. I need this today. I hope you do too. I hope it's helpful. Breathe. And back to center. Let's do it one more time. Drop the right ear to right shoulder. Focus on bringing that left shoulder down and away from your ears. And to center and left. Breathing into that stretch. And back to center. Good stuff. Now let's do some shoulder rolls to get this limbered up and stretched out. So we're going to inhale, shoulders forward and up, and exhale, shoulders back and down, forward and up on the inhale, back and down on the exhale. Let's reverse the directions. So up and forward, down and back, up, squeezing the shoulder blades together and forward, down and back, opening up the heart and the chest. All right, good stuff. Now, let's lift arms up overhead and do a nice stretch off to the side. And what I'm going to do at this point, and if you want, you can stay here and that's totally okay, but if you'd like to, you can bring your hands together and tilt. Oh yeah, I can feel that. Left elbow to right outer knee for a little bit of a twist. Woo! Yeah. Keep your knees hip distance apart, don't collapse in. And you can either look down at the ground, or if you want, you can look over your shoulder, your right shoulder, and that's good too. And now let's bring it back up to center. Good stuff. And now let's do the same on the other side. So right arm up and over, getting a nice stretch in the right side body. And then if you want, bring the palms together for a nice twist, keeping the knees apart, hip distance apart, right elbow on left knee, looking over left shoulder, or looking down the ground as you prefer. And back to center. All right, now let's do some lunges. And we'll start out by moving forward a little bit on our chair. Moving the leg out so that it's pointing 90 degrees away. Knee is over top of heel. That's the left leg. The right leg is nice and firm and stable with the outer edge of the right foot 90 degrees to your leg. Everything nice and stable. Now we're going to start by doing a warrior. So arms extended into a T. Let's pretend that someone's pulling on either hand to open it up. And keep the arms not down, not up, but nice and straight coming out of your shoulders. And now we'll take the left elbow and put it on the thigh and bring the right arm overhead, envisioning the lovely long line of energy from your right foot to your right fingertips. And if you want, you can stay here. And if you'd like a little more, you can take that left hand and put it on the ground. Oh yeah. I feel that. Woo. And extend your right arm to the sky like your fingertips are trying to touch the clouds. Very good. And back up to the side lunge. And arms into a T for warrior. Looking out over the fingertips, feeling like the fierce individual that you are. And back to center. Now we do the same on the other side. So right leg, not arm, leg, out to the right, left leg back, nice and strong, outer edge at a 90-degree angle to the rest of the leg. Knee over heel. Shoulder blades down your back, shoulders away from your ears, arms out into a T, gazing over the right fingertips, feeling strong and stable here. Then we can move into the next position by putting the right elbow on the right thigh. Left arm extends overhead. Fingertips reaching overhead. Nice long line of energy. Making sure your right knee is not pointing forward or weirdly backward. It's nice and stable at that 90-degree angle for stability. Then if you want to, you can put those right fingertips on the ground nearby your heel and left arm straight up to the sky. Opening up that chest, opening up the heart, getting a lovely stretch. Breathing, don't forget breathing. Breathing is important. And elbow to knee, arm overhead. Let's warrior it up into a T, keeping the abs, the core nice and strong. We don't want to be buckling in any way forward or back. Nice and strong. And back to center. Now we're going to move into my favorite seated pose, which is seated pigeon. So right ankle over left knee. And maybe enough of a stretch for you, because does give you a pretty good stretch in the outer hips. If you want more, I invite you to make sure that your left foot is nice and stable, your heel is under your knee, your sitting bones are stable in your chair. Spine is nice and long, crown to the sky. Hinge at your hips, lead with the heart, over your legs. Keep the spine long. Feel that nice stretch in the outer right hip. Breathing through it. And lead with the heart. Up you go to a seated position. Let's do the same on the other side. Right foot planted, left ankle over right knee. Spine nice and long, enjoying the stretch in the outer left hip. And if you want a little more, make sure you're stable. Open up that chest, hinge at the hips. Drape over your legs. Breathing into the stretch. Opening up that hip. Leading with the heart, come on up to a nice long seated position. Feet back on the ground. You can have your feet a little closer together as we bring our hands up, overhead, shoulders down away from our ears, and then swan dive over our legs. Give ourselves a nice hug. Oh, yep. I like hugs, even if I'm doing them myself. And slowly coming up to seated Shavasana. And at this point, I'll invite you to close your eyes. Do some nice deep breathing. Feel your feet firmly planted on the ground. Your sitting bones supported in your chair. Knees over top of heels. Crown to the sky, shoulder blades down your back, shoulders away from your ears. I like having my hands on my thighs as a grounding effect. If you want your hands by your sides, that's cool too. And if you're here at work doing this practice, thank you for coming. I hope you appreciate yourself, that you took time for yourself to take care of yourself, give yourself a much needed break in your day. And while sometimes work can be busy or stressful, and it's very easy to let your mind go into a million different positions and different ways and thinking about all kinds of things that are on your to-do list, I invite you to remind yourself that here you are in this moment, seated and breathing. And you are one person who can do one thing at a time, and that you're doing a great job. You're doing the best you can. And maybe you can go into the rest of your day before we close this practice by thinking of one thing that you have to be grateful for. Gratitude is such a powerful force. It really can change the course of your day. For me, I'm grateful that you joined me today. With that, let's open our eyes. Feel good? I hope you do. I feel good. I certainly hope you do as well. And let's take a deep breath in, arms overhead. Floating the arms back down to prayer position. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this practice brought some peace and calm into your busy day, and gratitude too. Enjoy the rest of your day. Come back and join me again. Namaste.